Can you dig it?
Alright, so today we're gonna break up the rest of these chunks of serpentine that I didn't have time to cut. We'll get a nice, good variety for the tumbler. Got a hammer and a chisel. Got a Rubbermaid container with a hole in it to catch the shards. Alright, let's get enough for a barrel here. Some smaller pieces, and should be good to go. That one's got some red in it. Pretty cool. Okay, we've broken up about 3/4 of a 3-pound barrel's worth. Now I'm going to add 3 scoops of 6090 silicon carbide, which you could find at the Rock Shed. I'll put a link down below. All right, we got our 3 scoops. Give it a little tap. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fill the barrel just up below the top of the rocks with water. I'll show you how much water we have here. It's right where you want to be. All right, so I usually do about 8 days in stage 1, but since this is a softer material, we're gonna go ahead and check in 5, so see you on the next update. All right, the serpentine's been in now on 6090 grit for 5 days. Let's see how it looks. Real gritty. Pretty cold out, so got a jug of warm water here. Woo! wrapped up in this stuff. It's really beautiful, but the texture is, it's pretty rough. Let's clean this up and take it inside and see how it looks. I'm thinking maybe more stage 1, not sure. Just wanted to show you something real quick. So I did not use more grit than I normally do. But as you could see, there is just a ton of grit left, 60-90. Wondering if it got too cold maybe, not sure. But I think I might try to reuse this, get it loaded back up, and check it in another few days, see how it's looking. Okay, let's check in on our serpentine here. Went in for another 3 days for a total of 8 days on stage number 1, 60-90 grit. As you can see, the grit is not even worn down at all. The rocks sure have. Let's give them a rinse off here. That sure has a nice color. Actually, I think this stuff's gonna work out pretty good. Probably not gonna take the smoothest polish in the world, but I think it's gonna look pretty nice. All right, well, I'm gonna go get this stuff all cleaned off. We'll do a cleaning cycle, and tomorrow we'll put them in a stage number 2. See you then. All right, it's time for a checkup on the Serpentine. We've been going 5 days on 120, 220 silicon carbide, 1.5 tablespoons. Noticing a lot of grit left over. Rocks are definitely smaller. I'm gonna get these washed up here and we'll take another look. All right, I got them all cleaned off here and they are looking absolutely great. Smoothing out exactly how I had hoped. They're definitely a lot smaller than I expected, but those 2 pieces right there are gonna be absolute stunners. Only had 1 major fracture. As you can see, that's what we're looking at dry. That actually looks really good after stage 2. It's where we wanna be. So I'll pull the fractured one out so it doesn't scratch the rest. I'll fill the barrel back up, then I'll top it off with some smaller media. This is about the largest media I use. It's really cheap Harbor Freight stuff. It really works good though. So add some smaller stuff. I'll run it for a day with a drop of soap. Then tomorrow we will begin our pre-polish stage 3. All right, so we've been running 5 days now with aluminum oxide, 500 grit pre-polish. See how we're looking. Typically I do 8 days, but this stuff is pretty soft. Figured we'd be safe with 5. So, let's see how we did here. You can see we definitely added a lot more media, extra cushion to prevent fracturing. pretty darn good. All right, I'll bring these in the house, get them all cleaned up here, and we'll take a look at them dry. Hopefully we'll have at least a little bit of shine. All right, 8 days of stage 4 aluminum oxide polish complete. Let's see how they look. Feel pretty nice. Definitely feels polished. So pretty much this whole run, what we've learned with softer rocks like this Noble Serpentine around the Mohs hardness scale of 4, about half the grit, about half the time. You're going to get the same results as you would with agate or quartz. This feels really nice. So we'll get this all cleaned up, washed off, dried, and we'll see how it looks.